In this video, I'm gonna shrink some Levi's 501 shrink to fit jeans. The biggest question seems to be what size should you get? So it seems like the consensus is if you're shrinking this before you're wearing them, go true to size or maybe even one size down in the waist and then go up at least 2 sizes on your inseam. So I got a 36 by 32 where my true to size waist is 36 and then the inseam is 2 sizes more than my normal 130. This is my first time doing this though, so I may mess this up. We shall see. These actually feel pretty nice. They feel nicer than expected. They're 100% cotton. They don't have any stretch to them. These do have a button fly too. So definitely a lot of room here in the waist. I can fit basically my entire hand in the waist. So yeah, I really hope that shrinks at least a couple inches. Then you can see with the inseam, there's a bunch of extra fabric there. I would say by at least 3 inches or something. So hopefully that will shrink a lot as well. Here's what they look like from behind. Pretty comfortable as is. So there's a lot of room in the thighs here and they almost look baggy, but that's pretty normal. Like these are definitely gonna shrink a bunch. Well, at least I hope they do. So you could even wear these as is. You don't even have to shrink them if you just want that raw denim kind of feel. Okay, so I was gonna soak these in the laundry machine, but I'm actually gonna try to soak them in this little tub here because it's basically just putting them in hot water. So you can use your tub, you can use your laundry machine. So you wanna turn the jeans inside out. And if you look at the inside of the jeans, you can see that these are raw jeans, but they're not selvedge. It doesn't have that self edge that selvedge jeans has. All right, jeans are inside out. So I'm preparing the water. I'm just gonna throw this onto the stove at like a low heat, and hopefully that'll keep the water temperature pretty hot without boiling it. All right, y'all, here goes nothing. Let's put the legs in first. Okay, ooh, that water's nice and toasty. Pretty hot. Is it too hot? I don't know. Why am I being so scientific? This is making me incredibly nervous. Start timer for 30 minutes. I just put these glass jars on there to keep the jeans under the water. It needs to be a little hotter, so I'll just bump the heat up a little bit, just for a little while. All right, the water feels definitely hot enough now, so I'm just gonna turn the burners down to like 2. So yeah, I'm just gonna let this go for another probably 25 minutes. All right, it has been about 30 minutes. Nice and hot. You can see how dark the water got, so definitely there was some dye leakage. It looks like alien blood. So I'm gonna give these jeans just a little bit of a squish to get some water out. And then I'm gonna leave them outside a little bit to dry. I'm not gonna stick these in the dryer, in like a laundry dryer, because I don't want the dye to fade that much. And I think the laundry dryer will definitely make them shrink just a little more, but they might fade some of the dye as well. And I want these to be as jet black as possible. All right, the jeans are soaking wet, but I can definitely tell they have shrunk a bunch. The waist seems like it's shrunk a couple inches maybe, hopefully. And because it's nice and sunny outside, I'm gonna air dry them in the sun a little bit. I opened up the waist a little bit to let the air flow all the way through. Hopefully that'll actually dry them a little bit faster. All right, it's been about an hour. They still feel pretty wet and there are some loose seams here, but it doesn't look like it's like falling apart. I think it's just like extra stuff that hasn't been trimmed. So these don't feel like artisanal, you know, $300 pairs of raw denim. But I'm not complaining. For $29, I got these on eBay, brand new with tags. Definitely a good price point if you're looking to get into raw denim on a budget. These are still pretty damp, but I'm gonna try them on anyway because I am so impatient apparently. I am a little shocked at how much they actually shrunk. Like they actually fit my waist pretty much like a true to size 36 now. They're a little slimmer in the thighs as well. The inseam also shrunk a bunch, so now it sits like right below my ankle. It's kind of perfect. It's kind of exactly where I want it. It still does feel a little bit baggy still, and I think just to experiment a little, I'm gonna break my own rule of what I said earlier about not using the air dryer. I'm gonna throw these in the dryer a little bit to see if they shrink even more, because I want them to be a little more form-fitting than they are. All right, I'm turning them inside out before putting them in the dryer so they don't get weird like marbling and stuff. I can't like be calm and do stuff like this. It's always so intense with me. It's a fun little experiment. Gonna set this to 20 minutes and the temperature, we're gonna do high. Let's see what happens. Okay, the jeans are out of the dryer and they feel just a tiny bit damp. So now the moment of truth. Will they fit even better now? Did they shrink a little bit? So far, so good. Gotta love wearing damp jeans. Even before I'm done buttoning up, I can tell the inseam is like perfection. They fit. They fit so well. Whoa. Check out my love handles. I don't know if drying them for 20 minutes really did too much. Maybe it shrunk them just a little more. Back view, side views. How's it looking? They're not like super slim, like there's still some room in the thigh here. I kind of wish they were a little bit slimmer, but these aren't, you know, like the Levi's 5'11" or something. Definitely seems like the rise has also shrunken. Dang, this is nice. I might even do like a second mini soak and then put them in the dryer again to see if they shrink even more. All right, another update. So I took those jeans out and I wore them all night, most of which was sitting down. They were still a little damp, but they fit pretty well. But then when I got home, I looked in the mirror, the pants looked like a giant diaper bubble butt, and then the knees looked like I was wearing knee pads. So it was that huge rookie mistake of wearing the jeans when they're damp and they just come out looking huge in the butt, huge in the knees. The waist stretched out just a little bit too, but I was like, I need to try to shrink these again. So I threw them in my laundry machine on hot for about 30 something minutes, and then I threw them into my dryer. And if this doesn't work, this is probably the last thing I can do to make these jeans shrink. Okay, the jeans are dry after that second run. Let's see if they actually fit this time. They do seem like they lost a little bit of darkness, like the jet black kind of quality. They still look black, but they're not as deep black. It worked. They shrunk even more. The waist definitely feels pretty snug. It's almost too tight now, but I think that's kind of a good thing because they will naturally stretch out over time as I wear them. They definitely feel tighter in the butt area without looking like two giant sacks of potatoes. The knee area is not blown out anymore. And overall, they are fitting way better. They don't feel baggy anymore. They feel more form-fitting. This is the kind of shrinkage that I was expecting. So what did I learn from this experience? I would actually suggest going down one size in the waist, go up 2 sizes on your inseam. If I had chosen a slightly smaller size, I think the fit would have looked like this because this is what I was trying to get. But if you get the smaller size to start with, in theory, you wouldn't have to run them through the electric dryer, which I think fries the jeans a little too much for my taste and takes away a little bit of the flavor of the color. But some people like that faded look, and I guess the whole point of jeans is for them to be worn and faded. So if I did this again, I would get a size 35 waist, one size down from my normal waist size, but with the same inseam of 32, so that would shrink down to about a 30. Another thing I would definitely suggest is if you are wearing them while they're still a little damp, I would definitely avoid sitting down too much or bending your knees too much, because I think that's what created that huge like sack of potatoes butt and then the knee pad kind of action. I didn't even take a picture or record a video of what it looked like because it was just straight up embarrassing. But overall, I think this was really successful. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you have any questions for me or maybe even suggestions on how I could do it better, please let me know as well. I also have a Discord channel. The link to that is below. I would love to see all of you in there talking about fashion, technology, and if you watched all the way to the end of this video, leave a camera emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Now I'm gonna enjoy these jeans. I'll see you in the next video.